Oh my.
And they go to Lucian. Okay, so Fnatic played against top esports and said, I want to be Jackula.
Yeah.
Give me those 80 carry bands. I got another one.
Okay.
And I love this version of them. So we're going to get to see the Lucian army bot lane. Something that Fnatic didn't traditionally leverage throughout the year, but it seems to be a trend among some of our bot laners this here at MSI that while we haven't expected it, it's something that clearly has been a high priority here.
Yeah, and then we get EasyLove Zeri again, really preferring this champion at MSI, comboing it with Elio's Nautilus. They're going to have quite the possibilities here. I mean, it's interesting because they can always still think about lane swaps, but the dive pressure from Fnatic was just absolute in the last game.
I mean, with the champion like the Xin Zhao, right, it was looked at for a second there by Razork. Maybe there's a steal away, but regardless, I think Razork should be happy with his performance and how we set up that game one on this specific champion. As now with the Lucian Nami, it's all angles bot for Fnatic again.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Now, GAM, do they want to get jungle for themselves, or perhaps they want to lock in their mid laner? Things like Azir, of course, still available. Orianna up too.
Elio.
The Talia, a possibility. The question is, do they consider it something that needs to be prioritized?
Rumble instead.
Rumble blind. Not what I was expecting, I'll be honest. Kiaya, though, wanting to get his hands on a strong top side, and GAM saying we want to save our jungle pick for later once we see a little bit more, perhaps, of what's been taken off the board.
Yeah, Kiaya's Rumble, one of the most fearsome champions here for top side, and a way for them to have a good team fight as well. I mean, they already have the Nautilus lockdown, trying to pin them down on some of these burners. See what they can do here as far as whittling down on the possible champs to pick into the Rumble, though. They go for Cassante ban on the first one. Of course, we have seen a lot of people attempt the lane swaps into the Rumbles.
I think that's one of the adaptations as well. Like, Rumble has been pivoted in a lot of lanes. What we talked about, the Rumble getting no resources, but other people have found ways around it. I think best described when we watched the last series of Arja from PSG. Really show us what it can do at level 6 once it gets to levels and how it can evolve. And especially with some of these bans that, honestly, Oscarinin would commonly take. Cassante's a big one for anyone out watching the LEC. Udyr as well, even though we've pivoted away.
Did they ban the Lee Sin also, or go for the Maokai?
Yeah, I was wondering. The thing about Sejuani Maokai is, like, if you go Sejuani Maokai into Rumble Nautilus, it's like a huge Merc Treads game. Yeah. And I don't think that they're a huge fan of it. The Wukong ban, I think, makes a lot of sense. I was also thinking the possibility of Jarvan, but Jarvan and Lucian is a little bit, So GAM's options for jungle seem somewhat limited to me, that can best leverage the strengths of the composition that they have right now. They want something that can assist them in the team fight, and Nocturne is going to be the answer. Okay, so if you really want an old school throwback, 2017 World Championships, it was Levi's Nocturne that kind of drew the attention of the world with his ability to get to that level 6 as quickly as he did. He did take down Fnatic in that game at that year's World Championship. Let's see if he can channel some of that energy today to equalize this series 1-1.
Get the super leash all the way to the level 6 super early on into the game. We'll see. We'll see as far as the surprise towards the end here.
Ornn. So a staple round out for Fnatic. A strong mid-jungle duo. The crucial thing about this is it's very heavily invested in a powerful early game, which leverages the fact that Xin and Ahri have great skirmishing. You have a pushing bot lane 2 versus 2, and you want to try and leverage mid-prio into then attacking the bot side of the map, while Oscar acts as your frontline tank engaged later on into the game. Whereas GAM is much more committed to the team fighting. A lot more scaling, a lot more about the 5v5. It's going to be a question of, can we slow Fnatic down enough to get the fights that we want?
Yeah, my main worry for GAM is, like, how are they going to keep people in place? Like, they have to get a really good Nocturne Orianna combination off of a Nautilus ultimate, or else it's going to be so hard to keep people on this Rumble ultimate and burning. Because Fnatic, they have so many dashes. I mean, these are very slippery champions, with the Ahri and the Lucian being the carries. Then Xin, if you're not, he can ultimate. If you're not inside, it's going to deny so much of that damage there too. So it does feel like Fnatic have a lot of answers.
I think as well for Fnatic, I mean, playing towards the strength of the series we've seen so far, the fact that Noah and Jun got ahead, the fact that Razork was able to dive bot, on command by Vedius for the setup. It was an incredible game one. For game two, similar conditions again, as we said, for Humanoid to be able to match that easier than he did on the Orianna for game one too is big, not only for the LEC, but for the West right now. Match point to run into the main stage. I think for Fnatic, I mean, they're showing great adaptation here. They're also showing great resilience. We know this team can be very explosive and also throw away leads that they've accrued, no matter how good their early game.
All right. EasyLove had some big Zeri games versus Loud, but not so big versus Fnatic the first time around. See if they can have the bottom lane go a little bit differently here.
The bot lane is going to be the priority for Fnatic. Let's see if Noah and Jun can make the magic happen once again. GAM backs against the wall. LEC second seed. This is Fnatic's first time in the new format, of course, for MSI. The last time we saw them at MSI was 2018, back with Caps on the roster.
True.
Since then, Fnatic have struggled really to fight for the top spots in the LEC. While they have made finals, G2 has been the predominant leader, with Mad Lions getting in the way every now and then. And a cheeky jump in from Rogue at one point.
Very true.
But Fnatic looking to try and make a name for themselves on the international stage once again, and this is going to be their first hurdle.
Getting through the invade, isn't it? I mean, for GAM, they're going to see that Jun's here. The ebb and flow gives the movement speed, and so looking to split the map again here with Levi on this Nocturne, rushing to 6.
Yeah,
smart.
Exactly. This is the way to guarantee that you're going to have bot lane go differently for the side of GAM. You split the map, forcefully split the map, have Nocturne take over their red quadrant. A little bit of damage goes through. Can he dodge?
Fight this? No, doesn't indeed. So Noah wants to walk away. Ignite goes down immediately here. Good trade here from GAM, and with that dredge line, they secure a bit of pressure here in a 2v2 that is order going Fnatic's way in a normal state.
Yeah, already pretty nice opening there for GAM for the bottom lane. Nice little health trade, nice little jungle split there for them. Meanwhile, on the top side, the Rumble into the Ornn, usually, let's see if Razork's going to be able to punish that matchup, because that's the flip side, of course, of Nocturne taking over down there.
Dredge line again comes through. This time, Noah's able to get a good trade back. Remember, there is sustain in this 2v2 that comes out of Fnatic the longer we go on.
But I love what GAM is doing right now. They're just, as Kobe was talking about, they're completely isolating this bot lane. They're looking to dive them at level 1.
Still only level 1, so the wave clear not going to be there under turret. Levi setting it up again. The fear's down, and first blood, it's going to be traded, but EasyLove gets on out now for Jun. He has to hold the wave, or at least hold the fort, while GAM walk away with first blood.
It's just such good adaptation, you know, coming out of the first game, as we might see a pass towards mid lane.
Emo might be in trouble. Flash charm, good response time and good reaction. As Razork actually tags him when the wind becomes lightning. He has flashed himself. Emo can't step up, or there will be a kill after all.
Now, this mid-wave is in a very awkward spot for Emo. He's going to be forced to overextend to clear that one out, and that's just going to leave him primed for a gank. Elio coming mid is crucial to help push out that wave, but immediately he's going to walk away. I think his primary goal here is to just clear out this vision. Exactly, and look, he's going to assist with the Hex Flash, providing that safety for Emo to be able to push out the wave and guarantee a safe back so that he can TP back into the lane. Good stuff from GAM in this early game, adapting to the pressure from Fnatic very well.
I just want to say the adaptation, though, is what we kind of saw in Loud, the adaptation through the series, right? And this is why GAM have been complimented so far, because although game one looks a certain way, GAM's ability to get back on their feet and adapt to what the team did in the first game is really nice.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, you dove our bottom lane relentlessly, so we're going to split the map and do it to you.
Yep.
Levi now will get the bottom side crab as Razork picks up the top side one too, so splitting the scuttle crabs. And then we look at second respawn here on Raptors. Razork knows that his Raptor timer is up, so he's going to cross and defend, make sure Levi does not steal away the second spawn.
We're going to be burned to get back to wave as well from Emo. The mid wave, as we said, was already corrected. Levi at Raptors for the time being, I believe, will be spotted out. There was a good entry ward placed by Fnatic as Razork started up in that top side as well. I'm just looking across the map at some small CS differences that have been built up thanks to this bottom lane lead, thanks to that dive. EasyLove's up about a wave and a half, even topside with the advantage naturally. Kiaya also doing well with about a 500 gold lead at this point in the game.
Yeah, such a big thing here for EasyLove coming onto this GAM roster and having some big Zeri performances versus Loud. Now with the early gold in his hands, with the power, with the positioning, Constantly we're getting Elio use his Hex Flash out of these brush too, looking for more and more trades onto the Fnatic bottom lane.
Fnatic, remember that their whole game plan was to really leverage the strength of this bot lane 2 versus 2. They want to try and attack mids and convert that pressure into bot lane pressure.
Yeah.
Now, Emo doesn't have Flash, so step 1 accomplished. Humanoid working towards level 6 will be the next go-to button as Noah.
Great trade. Actually, they're doing it themselves. Flashes forward, double, auto, EasyLove burning, and down he goes. Noah and Jun do it again. Razork was there, but he was just cheering them on.
The cheer worked, and Noah goes all in. That was beautiful, smooth stuff from him again. Oh my goodness, Fnatic. Dude, Noah is on another level this day. I mean, series versus EasyLove must have inspired him. He is completely hulked out.
He's definitely trying to channel his inner EasyLove, that's for sure. And finding a kill like that, I wasn't expecting it. EasyLove definitely wasn't. Secures Fnatic a kill. Now, Oscarinin is the one in danger. Only level 5, can he get 6?
Oh, he needs to clear this wave super fast. Searing charge, but no chance. He burns down. Kiaya, though, has the scrap shield, and that's what keeps him alive. Levi there again, just cheering him on.
Yeah, nice calm calculation there. Does not want to have to burn the flash. Has the extra scrap shield to go off of. And a big dive there, too. So as Fnatic make a play on bottom side and Noah grabs his kill, it's going to be 1,000 gold advantage for Kiaya off of that. He got the turret plate, bunch of the minions dying up at the tower there, too. Pretty poor timing there for Oscar being stuck at level 5.
Now, traditionally, you would expect, given that a top dive has just happened, for Fnatic to actually invest into the dragon.
Yep. But
the problem is that Noah needed to go back to base. So after Noah's basing, they realized that EasyLove is also going to come back out to base, and it would be awkward for us to try and force this fight. So instead, we're going to try and use our mid pressure to contest who we expect Levi to be starting on the Grubs. Noticing that Levi isn't here, that means that he must have gone back to base, opening a window for Razork to secure it. And this is just a good example of Razork having a great awareness of what he can and can't do on the map, and respecting the fact that, hey, my AD carry's not in a position to assist me, so instead let's try and make life difficult for the enemy jungle.
And after Grub buff, we know that Grubs is so important in the game. Really, in lane swap games and normal games, they define the early game, really. So 3 starts here for Fnatic, while Dragon untouched for the trade for the time being.
I would also say Noah's got to be a little bit worried right now because they still have his flash timer timed pretty well, and Levi is about to get level 6. So if Nocturne's going to have ultimate available and bottom lane pushes up, very, very dangerous scenario for that side of the Fnatic map. Elio does have his regular flash ready on Nautilus, could start up that play, and here comes Levi with that level 6.
Gonna try and fight over this red buff. Razork needs to smite this, not gonna be able to because he doesn't have his smite up. So Levi with the level 6 still has that advantage, and now GAM are looking to fight this.
I mean, this is gonna collapse, isn't it? Jun might be caught out. There's the paranoia. He runs in onto the Nami under turret. Finishes job, if only just thanks to that set ignite. Culling not up and available just yet, but look at the EXP bar. Noah gets level 6 while the engage happens on the top side, and Razork kicks us off. He's got the Crescent Guard available now as well, but GAM's still nice and healthy and have numbers advantage.
GAM don't overplay their hand. They are happy with the single pick, and they're going to disengage off the back of that. They see Razork, they're a little tempted, but no, they say, that's fine, we'll walk away with the kill.
I'd say actually Jun with a little rare mistake this time around, and Nami walking up there and allowing for the hook in. That we're kind of saying that's the play that GAM are actually looking for with the level 6 Nocturne, and then getting that hook right for them for Elio just allows GAM to pull off that play. Another nice one from them.
I'm cringing a bit because I'm wondering if this hook's going to come out. The wave's getting cleared. They don't know Elio's there. They assume they at least stopped the base. They don't know who, but again, good resilience from Noah and Jun not pushing up in the wave. As meanwhile on top side, I guess we're finding out why people hate Rumble as a tank player. That guy is shredding harder than that 150 kilo guy at the gym is shredding off body fat. Now we look for Levi just towards Dragon, taking it himself with the pressure through bot side and the reshove that EasyLove and Elio have acquired.
A relatively late first Dragon of the game, but GAM still going to be happy to secure this one. Humanoid actually going to be able to make his way down.
Bot lane should arrive pretty quickly here for GAM.
I don't think they can stop this, but they can be annoying. Is, a Fnatic. Well, it's a Fnatic classic. They did used to have Hilly on the roster, so it's kind of in their DNA to just be annoying at times. It also just buys a little bit more time for Razork on the top side. We're going to look back at this play from earlier. You talked about it, Kobe. They wanted to fight this. They thought that they were stronger, but crucially, level differences in the bot lane. Level 6 secured for EasyLove, and crucially, level 6 secured for Levi when it wasn't available for Razork because of that red steal. So definitely a bit of an overstep from Jun, underestimating his opponents.
Yep. Definitely a little questionable there, and GAM very happy to roll with it, because GAM has been a team that is also very good at snowballing here. So. Yep. Let's see what they can do. Levi's ultimate back and available, up once again. Nocturne constantly trying to make these laners play even more safe, make them respectful of this GAM power.
Now, GAM's early game plan has worked.
Yep.
They split the map, they denied resources away from Noah and Jun, they then attacked Noah and Jun, and while there was a blip in terms of the fact that Noah was able to find effectively a solo kill in the bot lane 2 versus 2.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Lucian Nami is a duo. That is a pairing.
Yeah.
you get your credit for putting those buffs on.
Sure, that's fair. Point is that it was a minor blip for GAM, but overall their early game has gone to plan. They have advantages in the top side of the map. They've neutralized the bot lane 2 versus 2, and they're in a comfortable position. Now Humanoid has the Malignance. This is when Ahri's ultimate no longer has a cooldown. And this is where I'd love to see Humanoid getting involved in the map a little bit more, because we talked about it earlier. The team fighting power of GAM's comp is strong. And Fnatic need to be a little cautious heading into the mid and late game.
They do indeed, but Razork, as he gets spotted out, you can see Levi's hovering around the bot side as well, just noticing Jun almost getting the Aqua Prison. Culling was used for that. So that is the Lucian ulti down to try and find a pick after GAM. We're up in the wave.
Yeah, Levi here hovering for the counter gank. Nocturne ultimate ready, finishing up Gromp.
Invade time. Is anyone going through? No. Again, Razork just trying to poke his head in, see what he can find. Levi's camp's already down on this bottom side as well. So Razork, as he continues to hover, just see if he can get anything done with a dive. But Shockwave, meanwhile, comes through mid onto Humanoid. He holds onto the Spirit Rush, he holds onto the Flash. So, again, the word resilience has to be thrown around, but it's small wins.
Levi left. Levi went to go get the grubs.
He did.
So this is going to be another dive.
Wave's thin, though.
Humanoid's coming too. Oh, he can't. He goes for the recall. Okay. They've got the timer there. They clear the wave. GAM gets the grubs. Humanoid stops his roam down towards bottom side. And honestly, this is going to be a big, big win for GAM, the pressure gals. But the teleport play.
Will flash away from Call the Forge God. TP from Humanoid was just mentioned as well. The grub's still being taken. Still a couple left, but for Humanoid, as he walks down, he's going to see if he can pop anything else.
I mean, this play was twofold, because Fnatic was concerned about a potential dive onto Oscar with that stacked wave, but also they looked for a potential play. They do get the flash out from Kiaya. The problem for Fnatic is they did lose a play in mid. Emo had to push, but now they're going to actually send Humanoid up towards top. They send Noah and Jun into mid, and so they're going to shift up the map a little bit more, try and get Noah and Jun out of this isolated 2 versus 2, because they realize bot dives aren't really an option anymore. That window has passed, and now they need to transition into this mid game and start looking for skirmishes and fights as the Dragon is spawning in a minute and a half.
Yeah, that last sequence was very, very positive macro sequence from GAM, critically with their bottom side, being able to clear out that wave, avoid the dive there, grabbing the 3 grubs, so they're split now. No extra Void Mites spawning for either team, and now we get the Lucian Nami in mid with their single item power spikes. That kind of fun part of the game with your Imperial Mandate burst on top of your Static Shiv burst.
And again, keeping mid push, we know is the Lucian Nami's game state. That's what they want. Noah and Jun want to at least get something here so that GAM can get punished for the side lane plays they try to make. Levi, speaking of which, onto Oscarinin, not going to get too much success here, but still the hover is there. He's already had one good Nocturne ulti. That's all he's had to do. As Noah and Jun try to get the push up here, 45 seconds before Chemtech Dragon spawns.
Now, Humanoid doesn't have TP. They're sending him towards top lane. I don't love this for Fnatic, mainly because Kiaya is going to get a base off, spend some of the gold. Sork Boots picked up along with the Amp Tone. I was expecting him to actually make a beeline towards mid so they can set up for a contest around this dragon. This is going to leave a window open for Humanoid. He can catch the next wave, then rotate down through the river. Herald also spawning. Perhaps Fnatic make the call to abandon the dragon fight and instead prioritize the Herald so they can start sieging onto the mid tower, open that up, and then start looking for picks in the enemy jungle.
Problem going to be Kiaya's wave clear though. Humanoid pushing up. No equalizer available as Humanoid pushes in and tries to threaten. There's Spirit Rush as well. Malignance comes into clutch as well, and Kiaya just sapping damage. The culling follows through as well. Aqua Prison, fantastic from Jun. Fnatic with a kill. It's at the cost of the Dragon, but at least that Herald we talked about is going to go down in response.
Yeah, and then you just look at the push on the towers here. So EasyLove is going to get some damage on mid tower, and you have Emo on bottom side as well pushing in towards Oscarinin. But that was kind of surgical, you know? They're like, you know what? You're going for Dragon for sure. We send 4 people up top side. We will answer it with the Herald plus the bonus kill on the Kiaya. As you mentioned critically, you know, that cooldown for the ultimate wasn't there for Kiaya for the Rumble to safely clear the wave. And so Fnatic do a good job there forcing on it.
Still though, I think GAM aren't too upset about it. They've gotten their second Dragon of the game. They've secured the mid tower as well. Fnatic at best can use this Herald to exchange the mid towers later on into the game, but in terms of weathering the early game storm, we talked about it in draft. GAM's game plan was to mitigate Fnatic's early game dominance and pressure, and they've done an incredible job.
Nice card lane economy snapshot there for you. The Rumble in the tank matchup, who would have guessed? I think more so the fact that Levi also has been continuing taking away camps as well, countering Razork. And the main point, to reiterate from Vedius, the early game has been stymied. Yeah, I used the word, didn't I? It's been stymied.
Proud of you.
And now it's up to Fnatic to push the tempo with mid-jungle or maybe bot side as well. The flash from Levi. The full-on play is just there. Jun caught out the equalizer, great as well. It's a good charm, but no one just stands and fights. He's gonna die. It's a shutdown over to EasyLove as well. But GAM, it's still a massive win. They're TPing to stop the turret trade as well. This early game is so good for the VCS.
I mean, GAM are very quickly changing the momentum of this game. It was an even early game now into a very solid advantage, finding a punish onto the bot lane. Crucial ultimate from Levi. EasyLove picking up the kill as well. You can see he's got about a 500 gold lead. Fnatic is going to try and cross-map. This tower is not going to fall just yet as Humanoid looks for a pick.
Now, what's he cooking up here in the brush?
Flash. Maybe it has to be the flash. The minion
Charm
wave
is
is
crucial.
in the way.
Emo has flash as well, so...
Wait.
You gotta
Is he
wait
gonna
a
be
few
window
seconds,
shopping?
that's the thing, the window shopping.
Flash or charm? Which one? Which order? Okay, Orb Deception. Charm flashed away from. Okay, Emo gets a win, but there's the shockwave in return. Humanoid still dies. Stand and deliver. Emo does exactly that. There's a trade. Jun steals the kill, but man, that's still a win for GAM. It just keeps happening.
Yeah, Emo, the 18-year-old, stares down Humanoid in the 1v1. He gets the kill, even as Humanoid's teammates then come to finish the job.
And look at the consequences. GAM immediately into the bot side of Fnatic's jungle. They have their eyes on this tower. It's not going to be a real dive because there's no wave to play around, but they've got the push in mid. They're stealing away the camps in the bot side. They're setting up nicely for the Dragon in about 2 minutes' time. GAM are playing the map well, and while the gold lead isn't ballooning out of control, this feels like GAM are just setting themselves up for success.
I mean, Fnatic are going to try. They're losing control of this game super quick. It's called the Forge God comes out. EasyLove's the next target. They find him. He flashes over, but still dies. Shutdown return. Humanoid now looking for the chase onto Elio, and Oscarinin is in a great position to knock him up. The Bellows Breath. He gets clapped, and Humanoid will find this as well. 2 quick kills. No objective down here, but gold goes back.
See, the problem with playing against Fnatic is they are a violent team. And so when presented with an opportunity for violence, they will take it. And as we see that, they're looking at the mid lane tower now.
Wait, Shockwave uses the nuke, it's the submarine! Levi gets on the back line and it's a shutdown again. We transfer hands as GAM start getting messy with it, and Kiaya burns them down. The chase is there, and Jun has to get out.
GAM are an even more violent team. They take the fight, but Humanoid, he joins. Can he charm from the brush?
Steering charge out, but out of mana is Oscarinin, and Kiaya feels fine, but the actual pressure is beautiful. Humanoid needs an Orb of Deception. Doesn't find it, doesn't commit the flash. Walks out himself as well, and Kobe hit the nail on the head. Pound for pound of GAM.
The Nocturne Orianna combo. We've all been there. We've all seen it. Levi unleashes, and he lives too.
I mean, I love the response from GAM. They stare Fnatic down and they say, you want to go, we'll go. Great use of the ultimate. We're going to jump straight into that replay. The Orianna ball, the shockwave comes through. Noah can't react. The Rumble ultimate on top of that immediately forces Fnatic to retreat. Razork being the only damage dealer at this point means that Fnatic are forced to retreat. And such a great play from GAM, showing that, hey, you may have found a nice fight, Fnatic, but we're going to do the exact same thing right back. A 1k gold difference separates the team.
It all stems off the early game. I mean, Fnatic found those 2 picks, but still GAM, you can see control that comes through Dragons. You can see the setup is there. Great innovation, great setup for the mid game. Is still what we look forward to is Fnatic try for a brush play, but Razork is spotted out. GAM moves the 5-man unit, trying to contest this Dragon. All right, Razork starting it off. I was expecting no engagement again. It is Fnatic. Double knockup, bounce house there. Culling as well takes out Kiaya. Shockwave's good, but the fight has already ended. Noah runs forward, almost taking Elio with him as well. And Fnatic just wait for them to come on in and capture the mistake.
Kiaya's entered the bounce house. The triple knockup. He doesn't even get his Rumble ultimate off of. Oscarinin and Jun all knocking him up over and over and over, and Fnatic will put a stop to the Dragon stacking of GAM.
Arguably the biggest weakness of GAM's composition is it's difficult for them to face check, because look at what you're face checking into. Lucian, Nami, the Ornn as well. I would argue that Fnatic showcasing some of their mistakes in how they love to fight 4 versus 5. Humanoid wasn't there, but they're still able to turn it into a pick and a dragon.
The surprise factor, even better than the humanoid factor there from the brush. Just honestly, I kind of even want to take another look at the CC chain because it was really, really good there from Oscar and Jun to keep them locked down. They grabbed their kill. They grabbed their objective in the aftermath as well. This one is spicy. I like it. GAM here fighting every step of the way. But Fnatic now kind of closing in. They've got the push on bottom side, and that means Humanoid is going to roam up to the rest of the team.
Razork can't be caught out here. The scrying orb going to see EasyLove and Elio get zoned away in the meantime. As you said, it's neck and neck. Gold is even in a game which felt so GAM dominated. Some great Levi ults, some great syncing up, especially with the bottom side. Their counterpunch was beautiful. But Fnatic again continuing to fight, and Humanoid now with an angle as well. The setup is here for what could be a game-breaking fight that could edge towards this Baron.
And biggest difference this time around is that Noah now has his flash, so he can flash when the Nocturne Orianna combo comes for him this time around. Try and break the fear tether, since Levi doesn't have a flash to early follow. So maybe he won't get bursted all the way down if Jun heals him. We'll see about the positioning.
Gonna track items here, gentlemen. EasyLove almost towards the third. The Zeri third item, crucial for what could be the next fight. Noah is on his third already, actually, despite the early game gold disadvantage. Looking towards mid as well. Horizon focus there. 2 items each apiece on these majors. Top laners, okay, 2 each as well. Oscarinin starting to upgrade items on the Ornn. We've got to remember the scaling and the additional gold value that adds as well. But all things considered, when GAM's back are against the wall once again, they are making it difficult. And they are definitely still able to nuke one target, depending on what happens. Culling starts it off. EasyLove took it all. Elio interrupted, and he's caught out. What a pick! What a pick! Fnatic setting up on EasyLove, and Oscarinin ult sets up another.
That's got to be Baron, right?
That's huge.
Really nice pick from Fnatic. I will say, Western teams have been criticized for their use of the Lucian Nami, but that is a great example of exactly how you're supposed to use it. Mid-lane control. EasyLove and Elio, they step up too far, they get cullinged, and now the Baron is on the cards for Fnatic.
But there's big ultis here, so they go in instead. Shockwave hits 2 members, and for Fnatic, still finding the damage. Levi turns the lights off, but he jumps on a target that can jump away. Noah picks up that kill, and just like that, the smite is removed. Fnatic are back in this game in a firm way. It was 2, it was Fro, it was back and forth. Kiaya's ulti down and out. He burns down Noah, but the charm comes through from Humanoid. He goes golden for the time being. He flashes, he takes down Noah. The shutdown good, in fact, that's the Baron damage. Kiaya on the top side trying to survive. He buys more time, Oscarinin finds him, but Elio gets the engage. There's an Orianna behind him. EasyLove's back up alive. They stop the Baron.
Yeah, they're looking for more.
Dredge Line kicks us off. EasyLove's damage is huge, but a double knockup. Oscarinin set up, and that might be everything. Tidal wave down the line as well. Through river. Fnatic just do it again.
Humanoid with the charm flash onto EasyLove. They take down the Zeri. They put a stop to GAM's hope of the chase down.
I will say, though, GAM wanted the Baron to stop, and they got what they wanted. It cost them an arm, a leg, a mid laner, a support, but they got Fnatic to stop the Baron.
Look at Kiaya, the miracle worker for GAM here. Goes in, and you can see behind the Baron, Orianna is there. But this work is all Kiaya. With that flash, he flashes the knockup from Oscarinin. He got the kill onto Noah. And then the rest of his team shows up to try and chase down, but Kiaya putting in so much work for GAM there, getting them off Baron. And then here, when you have the full health Zeri, and they're looking at the low health bars of the other Fnatic members there, they kind of wanted the chase down, but this knockup turn from Oscar into Humanoid following up with the guaranteed charm. Like, they try to pick Oscar, and the Oscar just turns around and gets the knockup on the back line.
Jun's ult even came off cooldown, right? Like, the fight was so long. GAM should have just been happy with securing the early, well, forcing Fnatic off the objective, but they overstay and they get punished. Now Fnatic have their eyes on some of these tier 2 towers. They shouldn't be able to secure them. But look back at a play that happened in mids.
Yeah, bottom right, that's what happened during the replay.
All right, so a few flashes burn on the side of GAM. The Dragon available in 5 seconds.
But those ultis not up and available. The Spirit Rush is down, Culling is down as well. There's a lot of poke, and Call of the Forge God, a team fighting ulti for Fnatic's also down. This can be done as they all engage, so Levi's ult. It's submarine time again! They nuked the backline of Fnatic, they don't know what hit them. Levi's Nocturne does it better!
It's GAM time, but they're still fighting! Emo, he goes down as well!
Razork's trying, but at the very least all their damage is still down. EasyLove's cleaning out with Kiaya, burning up the backside. GAM, don't give up!
The Wombo combo was phenomenal from GAM. An absolutely exquisite display as they find a massive fight against Fnatic, and now the Baron is theirs for the taking.
Oh, what time is it? It's GAM time, it's Baron time as well. And this Zeri is going to get another item on the reset. GAM looking so fearsome in this Nocturne Orianna combo.
Look at the execution. They think they found a pick, but then the Nocturne onto 3. All of the carries get collected in the Orianna. Ultimate and Humanoid forced to retreat. The flashes come out from the bot lane, and while Razork and Oscar are able to get the exchange on the Emo, the fact that EasyLove is still alive means that the teamfight cleanup comes out for GAM.
Man, the Nocturne Orianna and the Rumble ultimate roasting them there. That is the dream ult combination for GAM.
And it's almost back up and available again. I just see the Nocturne ulti prowl into existence with Emo's Shockwave also accompanying. They can do it once more.
Yeah, look at Fnatic now. No flashes on any Fnatic member. Nobody is going to be able to avoid this.
But this time, Fnatic have ults. Hysterics did highlight it before. Those weren't available, but now way more tools to actually go toe-to-toe in the fight. Let's see if Fnatic can turn the fight around once again.
They spot out Levi. The Scrying Orb does its job. This Dragon would lead to number 2 for Fnatic and lead away from Soul Point. GAM had the ball on its target. That's Levi. Watch for the submarine from the Beatles. Emo and Levi starting up a boy band. Dragon at 6k, Call the Forge God. Levi's ulti's there. He runs in. Shockwave's only a one-man. It's onto Humanoid. They don't find the backline access, and Razork buys time. Noah jumps on in as well, and you say the re-engage is there. Razork knows he's going to die. Has to go in. Stops the play. Dragon Soul Point. GAM still get it done.
They get another one there. GAM picking it up. Dragon Soul Point and another teamfight victory. They do sacrifice the Nautilus, but it's an honorable sacrifice there. They just lay the Rumble ultimate down where his corpse lies.
You can see how hard it is for Fnatic to actually find these good fights. The Nautilus acting as the front line, but Humanoid, he tries to connect the charm onto Emo, can't quite find it. The Shockwave connects onto him. He gets shut out of the fight immediately. And once he's gone, Fnatic are forced to retreat. EasyLove really coming into his own. We saw how good he was on the champion yesterday, and he's having another great performance against Fnatic.
Capital E for a reason. This is his game. A game 2 that keeps him in the running that the main stage looked so far away from. We said the same against Loud. And again, after game 1, I misjudged them. I think for GAM, they're just the masters of upset, at least creating from what we've seen in this game. And the setup between jungle and mid has been exceptional when you consider that this hasn't had long to develop.
Yeah, huge props as well for the replacement players here on GAM coming in late, trying to save this team. Emo and EasyLove, you know, under unfortunate circumstances coming in, but having some big performances. And it's something that you do need coordination with. The Nocturne Orianna timers have been really good from them, and EasyLove here now is in a position on the Zeri with all of this money to chase them down in the team fights, GAM are really, really doing the region proud.
So now we're forced to wait because no Baron, no Dragon on the table. Both teams are going to be looking to scale up a little bit more. You can see 3 items for both mid laners. Death Cap finished for Humanoid, but level 17 for Emo. This Orianna is a real threat, even without the Death Cap. The Nocturne is continuing to get tankier. The Rumble is doing so much damage on the backside. And it's going to get harder and harder for this Lucian to play relatively short range. The culling can do some serious work, but this Nautilus is acting as such an effective front line. Fnatic need to be more creative with their flanks if they really want to come out ahead in these fights.
I like that you mentioned Humanoid's items because as he hits level 16, it feels like he's the target that we want to see with access to the back line, making that creation happen. Also want to mention that even though at the top of your screen, folks, we've been back and forth in gold, it feels tighter than it is. It feels better than a 2k gold disadvantage because the Ornn item upgrades are coming through. I'm surprised to see Razork with an upgrade there without one going towards Humanoid or Noah, giving them more burst damage coming up. What happened in our bottom right? Oh, why are we replaying that?
Wait, he ulted for it.
Wait, he ulted. But it's on a short cooldown. But
I love you, observers. I love you so much. That was
bro, that was the nastiest replay I've seen in the international. What was that?
That was the observers investigation. Beautiful stuff there.
All right. Let's set
the
up.
-1. The -1 heard around the world.
Okay, here we go. Where's the Nocturne?
Oh, actually finding a pick. Yeah, we want to see first how the Forge God comes through. It actually knocks Levi on the backside. He uses the darkness to stop the play following through. We're going to look at a timer on that because it's a minute till Baron, it's a minute 30 till Dragon.
That was probably the highest value.
Oh, it stopped. It stopped. Humanoid matched it. It stopped and Kiaya's almost dead. He has to get out of range, so if Humanoid stands and delivers, he will die. He spaces it out onto Kiaya. He gets the shutdown. 50 seconds till Baron.
Oh, this is so good for Fnatic. That Ornn ultimate from Oscar, it got the ult trade with Nocturne, and it also got Emo's flash. The Orianna now no flash.
True.
Then the interrupt and the kill here for Humanoid. Fnatic setting themselves up for a big Baron play.
Razork trying to steal what camps he can, knowing that they have the numbers advantage right now. They have their eyes set on this top tier 2, and I don't think GAM can really do much about it. GAM, a few small picks. They're letting the game run away from them. You can't afford to make these mistakes against Fnatic, but they have their eyes set on trying to cross-map in the mid lane. They've got a lot of vision control around this Dragon. 38 seconds till the soul spawns, and they've set themselves up for success on that side of the map at least.
Yeah, let's see if they can punish this no flash on Orianna now. A lot of gold picked up too. You know, the kill on the Kiaya is one thing, but getting a secondary outer turret over there, 800 gold for the team. Very, very big. They get their reset off, head on over. GAM still have full vision coverage of the lead up here to Dragon, but Fnatic obviously have the minion wave control, and they can move on in and clear it out.
Well, the Forge God's still not available, but you can see Ball once again on top of Levi. He's looking for the back line to get them to a game number 3. It feels like it comes up to mid-jungle, and that explosion that will set them up and even lead them to an Ocean Soul. They're on Soul Point as Fnatic try to deny and look for the pick mid. No charm connecting as we continue to ARAM up. But level 16 is Oscarinin. He's got an upgrade. He's got more gold in his back pocket. Levi steps up. Calm knock up there. Wait for the culling coming through. It's unexpected, but still there's Kiaya's ulti's big. The shockwave comes in as well, but Noah flashes it. He's alive. Levi can't finish the job, and Noah sits in the turning circle as Humanoid walks on up, but GAM are low on their health bars. They try and turn for Oscarinin. It's EasyLove's turn to shine. Oscar flashes, the bubble stops, Dredge line too far forward. Humanoid charms as well, and Kiaya has to back away.
And the health bars, they're all so low, the flash!
Humanoid flashes, but he baits him, it's a ruse! Noah heads forward, gets the pick, flash again in the bubble. Jordan is so good, man! He gets a double for Noah. Stepping up, EasyLove has to back away. They're not stopping here.
Fnatic, they clutch it, and they're going for the victory!
Noah! Heading forward yet again, I dropped my cup, Fnatic!
If he got that kill, they could keep on pressing, but Fnatic, after they get those chase downs, they'll retreat to the Dragon, make sure there is no Dragon Soul this time around for GAM.
I made a weird noise at the start of that fight, and that was because Fnatic were forcing a 4v5. Razork was on the Dragon. They should have just played it slow. Look at the minimap right now. Noah was leaving, and Humanoid went in. trying to force this fight was a risky thing to do, especially when Levi found Noah, but he couldn't actually get the kill this time round. The peel was good. They find that initial pick, but the health bars get so low. Oscar gets dangerously close to losing his life. A good flash over the wall creates space, and then GAM overextend. The hook does connect, it baits Kiaya out, and this allows Jun and Noah to clean up the fight.
And this kind of snowball all started from Humanoid's charm. That previous charm that he landed on Kiaya to chunk Kiaya and get him here, and then Noah's able to follow up with his dash in, and then Jun says, I can get in there too. He flashes in for the bubble to set up another kill. And I thought Noah was going to be able to grab another one. If that W from Xin had hit right there, maybe it does complete. But what an exciting one. This is what people were expecting from this series.
But it's crazy that even after that fight from Fnatic, it's not over. They just denied Soul. The combo's still there. Everything's still up and available. Yes, some summoners were traded, but we still have the tools to look for as Baron is sitting there waiting for its member to take it.
Humanoid hitting level 18. Still gaining XP. I'm pretty sure that's not accurate on the overlay.
Oh my god, it's 18 and a half? Whoa, that's crazy.
We hit level 19, the patch is new.
Fnatic right now are setting up vision around the Baron. We take a second to breathe as GAM. They fumbled in the last fight, but we know how scary their combination can be. Fnatic using their pockets of vision to try and catch GAM out.
Elio super far forward, maybe caught out himself. The call the Forge got there, but the shockwave in the back line. Layered with Kiaya's ulti's big, but Humanoid buys time again. The culling runs through the middle. Oscarinin's already set up for the first kill, and Noah's still not dead. This Lucian needs to die. Look at his damage. Coming out again, the bottom lane of Fnatic are taking it all back. GAM found the early game. They stymied the mid game, but Fnatic holds strong in the late. At 36 minutes, Humanoid pivots for an angle, but you can see Fnatic as a 5-man unit want a little bit more.
Yeah, they do. EasyLove here, the kind of hope for GAM. This is Zeri trying to be as annoying as possible, clearing out the minion wave as Fnatic will head towards the Baron. They're going to force.
Still not over, is it?
It's scary though, because Emo and EasyLove are still alive. As long as those carries remain on the field.
They've got it. They've got it.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna move away. They don't want to take the risk, and instead Fnatic will secure their Baron.
GAM sent a lot at Humanoid. They invested the Nocturne Orianna combination onto the Ahri, trying to burst him before he could get off his Zhonya's, but look at this. He gets his Zhonya's off. Here goes the force. They Nocturne ult because Elio there is in a tough spot, and they're going to force on him. And Levi goes in. They barely get it off. Humanoid barely got off his Zhonya's before that fear. And because he lives, the rest of the health bars here for Fnatic, their front line is just so much more healthy, and they're able to push off GAM.
Look how long it takes for them to get through Oscarinin through that whole fight with Jack Show activated. And the upgraded one at that as well, even at 3 items.
I was going to say myself, he's buying a lot of space. He's really pressuring the backline more than you would expect an Ornn to be able to do. A lot of GAM's success rides off the back of Levi and Emo landing that combo, which the last 2 fights they haven't been able to do. Fnatic now, Baroned up, are looking to try and cement the series win, move to the main stage, and knock GAM out of MSI.
They have been run through the ringer. GAM have made it hard. Somehow Fnatic are back in charge as Razork flashes forward. Call the Forge God finds Ori in the backside, and Emo's caught up as well, but they're diving a turret. Back on in is Levi, but he hits Razork. Not the optimal target. Running through to Kiaya, he's tagged out. Almost dies himself. Noah charging again. GAM are low. They have to retreat. The inhibitor is at bare minimum.
A massive 3-man shockwave from Emo is not enough to turn the fight in GAM's favor. They don't lose any members, but they're still forced to retreat, and their base is left in tatters.
The front line difference is just too much. If GAM cannot just assassinate either the Ahri or the Lucian, then they're not going to be able to win because the front lines are so beefy here on the side of Fnatic. That's why GAM keep on trying to full send into the backline, but Zhonya's Hourglass OP, and Humanoid and Noah both have Flash. So going to be pretty tricky to take them down.
Now they can take their time. Dragon spawning in 25 seconds. Fnatic can look to secure this, put themselves on soul point, and then start playing towards that top tower. They do still have 50 seconds left on the Baron. I'd be surprised if they tried to use it to push for an end right now, but with the power position they find themselves in, Fnatic have ballooned this gold lead to 7K. And you might not think that it means that much this late into the game, but you can see full item advantage. Fnatic looking for the fight.
And it's Razork as well. Humanoid flashes, but doesn't get the charm. Elio takes the damage. Shockwave again. Into the back line. GAM still have a chance. Journey's dead. No Nami. Okay, no problem. Razork in the front line, though, still takes it out as the culling is doing work. Just when you think the Lucian's getting outscaled, you have to worry as EasyLove heading forward, but a double tap at Noah is relevant again. Humanoid about to go on in as a call the Forge God is a two-man. He runs forward and they just tap him. It's a love fight. It hurts as Noah flashes away and EasyLove tries to match it. He's got the GA. He's playing aggressively. Noah, what are you doing? He steps up. Humanoid next down as well. Big mistake from Fnatic. They run into the Zeri.
Zeri, they're gonna get the Ocean Soul as well. Even with super minions flooding into the GAM base, they take over.
EasyLove makes it look easy as he runs through Fnatic and 4 members drop. Fnatic overforce the fight. GAM are still very much alive in this game, and the Dragon is going to be secured. We look at the base, but I don't think GAM need to worry too much. They'll lose a tower, but with the Soul secured, GAM can still win this game.
They kept people on the edge of their seats yesterday. They'll do it again today. Ocean Soul, as you said, forget that Nexus turret, it matters not. You've got one standing, you've got the scaling and full item Zeri and the Orianna to boot. GAM are gonna hold on. The potential of a Game 3 still lingers in the air. I'm sure we'll get a replay, but man, this game has been so back and forth.
Fnatic's aggression bites them in the backside once again. They could have just played for the Dragon. 25 seconds until it spawns. If nothing else, let the super minions do the work for you. Let them put pressure on the enemy base and then take your time around the objective. But Fnatic and taking their time are not sentences that you often use together. And they end up getting punished. GAM still in a difficult position with their base left in rubble, but they still have a chance.
What was the description you used earlier, Vedius? Fnatic are a violent team.
That they are.
GAM are also a violent team, so we're getting a very violent series here. And even with the inhibitors down, GAM feeling quite good about their retake here.
44 kills in 41 minutes.
That's it.
Fnatic. Oh, hang on a second. Humanoid, you can kill him.
Oh.
Guess he doesn't want to overplay his hand.
Well, you've got Ornn upgrades for everybody now. Everybody's got matching bling now in inventory for the side of Fnatic. A little bit of extra that goes beyond the scoreboard there. But there's a replay, I guess, just up the pick. All right.
Ocean Soul doesn't matter if you get burst out that quick.
I love these surprise replays. See what they're investigating this time around. All right, but here comes the push. 4-1 split push here for Fnatic. 2 inhibitors still down for GAM, trying to defend.
Humanoid's coming in off the re. You can see bottom side, he's pushing in. Remember, there's only one Nexus turret. If they can get a super minion wave in, it can still end. But for GAM, one team fight away from moving us to a Game 3, it feels like as well. If it goes long, Ocean Soul's there. Razork says no. Stop here. Inhibitor turret drops on down. GAM are poked on out, but the minion wave is moving on in. Razork re-engages. There's a shockwave backline. Again running through it. This time Levi can't do it. Noah sits alive. The double knockup's there from Oscarinin, and they're doing it. Ocean Soul be down. Fnatic bring it right on back. Their intuition reigns supreme. Fnatic keep going and going and going, and Oscar just doesn't die and die and die. Fnatic running forward, the Nexus exposed, and this is what you get if you keep hitting your face against the wall. You get to the main stage of MSI, taking down the VCS.
GAM made them work for it.
07.
07 indeed.
I mean, what a banger final game. GAM had some incredible team fights against Fnatic, but at the end, the damage done was just too much. The pressure from the super minions was too many, and Fnatic were able to finally close things out. An honorable opponent. GAM has done some impressive stuff here at this MSI, but it will be Fnatic moving on to the main stage.
Man, Fnatic, this team, just consistently, okay, we're going to play again, we're going to fight again, we're going to fight again. Oscarinin, it was on tanks, but I think he had a similar performance to the top esports series. I felt like he was a carry tank that game as well.
A lot of really big Ornn knockdowns.